Hi folks, I am just here in the studio. It's the 27th of March and I'm just here. These are those tankards you saw me dip, and I'm just in the process of doing some Sgraffito type decoration, and I just thought I'd bring you in on that. Okay, I've got some different designs going on here. Some are better than others. Okay, let's bring the camera sort of so you can be looking over my shoulder, so to speak. We'll start sort of there, something like that. Okay. So yeah, just let me just show you just some that I've done. You can see that. So that is done completely with the broken off hacksaw in this case. That's one there. That is another kind of fleck design. I'm not going to do them all, I'm just going to leave some plain, you know. Yeah, that one, which I think I already showed you. And I've got one here, which is actually, I don't know if you better make this one out. Well, it's supposed to be Jerusalem, which I basically did from a coin. I used that as the inspiration, and I kind of carved it out roughly. It's kind of wasn't that easy to do, really. Not as easy as I was thinking it might be. But anyway, there it is. Okay, let's do a couple more. So yes. Hope you can see me. So I'm going to use the flat end of the broken off hacksaw blade. Basically, you want a right angle on the end there, and then what I do is I take it to the bench grinder and I grind. If you imagine this here is the bottom of this pot is the grinding wheel. I hold it sort of at an angle to that, in order to put like a 60-degree angle. Okay, so now we're going to use this just to cut through the slip like that. This is just a simple repeat decorative design going around. See if I can bring the I'm going to see if I can bring the camera a little lower, just to squeak, squeak, squeak. Maybe like that. Then so there it is. I hope this is in the picture. So this is, at this stage, it's still not completely dry. You don't want to let it get too completely dry. You want to sort of get to it while it's still got some moisture in it. Okay. Maybe if I turn a bit like that. So I'm using the corner here, you see, that corner to do the cutting. I quite like it, it's quite satisfying. As the pattern comes down the pot, these marks, these kind of flecks get shorter. That's the general idea. Probably get 2 more here. Try and keep them running sort of vertically down. This is Sgraffito or Sgraffito. Get one more in there, I think. That's it. Okay. There's another one here I already started earlier, which I'm going to finish now. Yes, it's quite a satisfactory. So this kind of red iron oxide slip, which is it's basically 25% synthetic red iron oxide and 75% clay. Now I said yesterday red clay. It doesn't have to be red clay. It can be the same clay body that the actual pot is made out of. 75% and 25% red clay. I've always made it myself with red clay, but I was actually looking at a YouTube video just recently of my grandfather Bernard doing this, and I took note of the fact that he said it could be 75% just the clay that the pot is made out of, and the 25% red iron oxide. Oh, so I thought that was okay. Right, that makes it actually easier in a way, because I've got lots of this stoneware clay body, but I don't actually have so much red clay lying around, if you know what I mean. If you know what I mean, Jelly Bean. So these, when they're dry, I'm going to wait till they're dry before I put any glaze on them. Will be glazed, you know, the inside-outside technique, if you understand me, the inside-outside. In other words, apply the glaze first to the inside, sponge off the rim, spray the outside, let that dry, and then come back and then dip the outside of the piece. That's how I do it. It seems to work. Don't always know why it works exactly. These all exact technical because I'm not really a glaze chemist or, you know, a kiln buff that much. I just sort of do things by experimentation. Rule of thumb, you know, a little of this and a little of that. Try it, experiment. If it, you know, and that's how I tend to do things. So, as far as I'm concerned, if it ain't broke, then don't try to fix it. That's not to say that one cannot. I'm against learning and understanding how things happen. I think there's no harm in that. Okay, so this one I'm going to do a different design. I'm going to do these little flecks. Like that. Now this one is telling me, and maybe you can hear it, it's a little harder and a little drier, the clay. In fact, if I'd realised it was as hard as that, I probably would have not taken that one to do. Yeah, it's kind of, this one is like, oh yeah, it's fairly dry, this one. Yeah, so by glazing this with my white glaze over the top, you get the iron from underneath trying to break through the glaze that's on the top, and you get quite a nice spotty effect. Yeah, if it's hard like this, it's not quite as easy to do it. Yeah. Okay, so now what I'm going to do is I'm going to take the side, down the side of the hacksaw. You've got these teeth. So I'm going to use the teeth, and I'm going to, using this like this, I'm going to rake it down. I hope it will work. There it is. Gives you that kind of effect. You're all going to be rushing out now and buying your hacksaw blades, aren't you? Okay. Yeah, that one's okay. I'm not very happy with it, I'll be honest with you. Partly because I started this a little, now I'm looking at it, I think I started the design a little bit low, and I should have started 1/4 of an inch higher with the design. But that's okay, I'm not going to mess with it. I know if I mess with it, it'll end up worse. But it's not looking too bad, is it? Tell me what you think in the comments below. Okay folks, let's just wind this back up again a touch. I hope that came out. A bit difficult to see when the screen is on the other side of the camera, if you know what I mean. Beautiful day. Absolutely stunning day out there, lovely. Yeah. Rather than have the camera pointing into the sun. Hey folks, thanks for joining us. That's just a short clip on doing Sgraffito over through a slip. It doesn't have to be red iron oxide slip. It could be any kind of slip where you're scratching through from one side to the other, revealing the clay underneath, you see. Because that is going to show up then. That clay is going to come through and make the pattern visible. Alright? Go to my website, simonleachpottery.com. If you want to come on a workshop, please write to me. And we have a workshop this weekend, 30th and 31st. I still have a place or two on that workshop. If you are a last minuter, get in touch and come and join us. The more the merrier. Apart from that, ongoing workshops through the year. There's about 20 workshops there, running from coming up now through till November, all the way through the year. So if you fancy coming on a keep practicing workshop, I'll show you my kiln, I'll show you how we talk about the glazing, you can ask any questions, and we'll do some throwing and some keep practicing on the wheel. And some handle pulling and that kind of thing. Okay? Thanks a lot, folks. Appreciate you joining me. Keep practicing as always, and I will see you in the next video. Bye bye.